Okay, apologies. I'm having connection issues. I hope this is working now. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. Sorry for the delays. One more minute and we will get going. I'm just making sure everything is working properly because I'm having issues. I can teach yoga, but I can't do technology, apparently. Good, I think we're working then. Awesome, nice. Nice. Well, welcome you guys. Happy Friday, I already said that. BreakOut Studios online classes. It's a Vinyasa flow today with Nicholas. So if you joined me on Monday, we were working on twists. We are gonna continue with twist, but we're gonna add on to them. So a little bit more challenging with balance and just deeper twists. So sometimes I'll bring out a little prop just to show. A chair might be useful for some of the twists that we'll get into later because again, I realize that we might not have any yoga props or anything to add extra height. And of course, any twisting that might be helpful just from a seated position. Feel free to modify things, especially when we get to more of the chair twist, all of that good stuff. So if you need a chair, grab a chair. As we go, we're moving through vinyasas, and you'll understand more if you're not sure when we get there what they are. But remember, the whole point of the vinyasa is to continue heating up the practice, kind of getting us into that flow with the breath. If you need to skip them, take a child's pose, take a breath, take a water, take a sip, take a walk around your room, whatever it is, feel free to do that. That being said, let's get started. Yesterday I taught a class out here, and I had a fun little snake roaming around in the back. So hopefully that's not the case today. We'll take our chances though. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start in a child's pose this morning. So once you're ready, go ahead and bring your toes together. And go ahead and send those hips back, and then stretching your arms out, allowing the heart to drop down between the thighs. And feel free to bring those knees a little wider than the hips width. Letting the head settle onto your mat. Of course, you can always bring the hands underneath the forehead or even use a towel. So go ahead and make your way into your child's pose. Now from there, allowing your body to settle into the space, into your Friday morning, which I'm hoping will be a little bit cooler Friday today than it has been. So I'm gonna stay upright here, but again, go into your child's pose. And just take a moment, allowing your breath to deepen. And if you're just waking up this morning, rather than letting thoughts rush into your mind that are not beneficial, anything that just not bringing you any positivity, change that. Bring in thoughts of happiness, of positivity, of light. And just noticing that. When we have control over nothing else, the one thing you can control in life, and this is true regardless of whether you're in quarantine or not, are your thoughts, how you respond, how you react to things. So, be in control of how you think, how you bring energy, positivity to your life. Now continuing to deepen your breath, taking a nice comfortable inhale, still in child's pose, and exhale, gentle release. And feel free to let it go out the mouth, and one more, just nice and comfortable, nice comfortable inhale. And exhale. Let's take 3 big breaths together. Deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. And again, deep breath in. And release. One more deep breath in. And release. And allowing yourself a moment just to let that breath settle. Always taking those deep exhales whenever you need. And on your next inhale, gently lift your forehead. Bringing your gaze up, softly open your eyes and begin to shift forward towards all fours. But go ahead and keep those hands a little bit wider than shoulders, a little bit more in front of the shoulders. And knees a little bit farther back, wider than hips. And then just take a nice comfortable inhale forward. Feel free to tuck your toes. As you exhale, take it to the right. Shifting the hips down and back. Curling into it, bring it all the way up to the top. And again, a few more rounds. Shifting the hips back. As you inhale, can you bring it forward? See if you can get just a little bit more connection with the breath, just getting your body moving. And forward, taking one more round in this direction. And then go ahead and take it back the other way. And pause, hold at any point that feels good for you. Releasing through your neck, through your jaw. Are you still focused on your breath? As we wake up our bodies, taking one more round in this direction. And then bringing yourself all the way back up. From here, go and bring it all the way back into your neutral spine. Nice and simple now. Draw the belly in, hips right over those knees. And go ahead and take a moment here. Let's just open up the shoulders a bit more. Go ahead and take that left arm, reach it all the way up towards the sky. Take a nice big reach towards the sky. And as you exhale, thread that arm all the way underneath, drawing the head down. Now as you gently rest the left shoulder on the mat, make sure the neck feels okay. Pausing here, maybe that right arm even reaches up. Takes a little rotation, reaches for the thigh, for the hip. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more here. And gently pressing your right hand into the mat. Go ahead and take a nice big reach. Up and open. And then go ahead and release that hand down. Whew. Switching sides, go ahead and take the right arm up. Broaden along your collarbones. And then as you exhale, thread the arm all the way underneath. Gently dropping the right shoulder down. Now can you keep lifting your hip bones up? Still engage through your core. Make sure the neck is feeling no pain at all. Rotating that left arm, maybe it reaches around just a little bit deeper into the shoulder. A little bit of gentle rotation through the spine. 2 more rounds here. And 1 more. And then go ahead and gently begin to press your left hand down to the mat. One last time, take that right arm, open it up to the sky. And go ahead and release. And bring it all the way back into all fours. Wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Now we're going a little deeper into our balance today, so let's go ahead and start here in all four with our balance. As that belly draws in, reach your right arm forward, nice and simple, left leg back, bird dog. Keeping that lift through the center, shoulders soft away from your ears, take another inhale. As you exhale, elbow and knee come together. Inhale, reach. And 4 more. And reach. And 3. And reach. And 2. And reach. 1 more here. And then find that nice long extension. Now shoulders soft on to the back. Belly drawn in, hip bones lifted, engage through the core. And then go ahead and gently set your right hand down. Set your left knee down, tuck all 10 of your toes. No tension through those shoulders, soften them down. And then as you exhale, lift your knees just off the mat. Hovering here. Now I'll always look forward at the camera, but remember, especially when we're into our back bends on the belly, or even in plank, you want to keep the neck nice and long. So yeah, take a glance up at the screen, but then take that gaze back down, one long line through that spine. Taking 1 more inhale, and then as you exhale, gently release. Just trying to keep that neck, that cervical spine nice and safe. Other side, left arm forward, begin to reach right leg back. Now again, engage. Support through the center, take an inhale. As you exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. And 4 more, exhale. And reach. 3 more. And reach. And 2 more. And reach, and 1 more here. And then find that nice long reach, extending. Finding support to that center, and again, go ahead and bring your hand down towards the mat. Now this time, bring your knees so that they touch. So a little bit closer. Still set up under those hips, and then tuck all 10 toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hover your hips. Now if you're feeling enough intensity here, then I want you to stay right where you are. If you want to add on just a little bit more, take an inhale. As you exhale, maybe those knees shift over towards the left, keeping those shoulders square. Whew. Using that core to help rotate that spine, taking one more inhale. And then as you exhale, take it the other direction. Pausing here, use the breath, take an inhale. And exhale, hello obliques. One more inhale. And last time, go and take it all the way to the left. Taking one more inhale here. Bringing it all the way back to center. Pause. Draw your shoulders down. Pause. Soften through your jaw. Take those hands just a few inches forward. Now go ahead and take your knees about hips width, maybe even a little wider. Extend the legs back. Shift it all the way up into your first downward facing dog. And pedal out your feet. A nice release through the back of those legs. Taking just a couple more rounds of breath here. Spreading through your fingers, planting your palms, shoulder blades lifted up away from your ears. Nice little bend, extend. Whew. Shoulder blades lifted. Quads engaged. Reaching those inner thighs towards the wall behind you. Draw the belly in as you inhale. Shift it forward, pause. Take it all the way into your plank. Remember, feel free to modify, bringing those knees down to the mat. Shoulders soft away from the ears. Now long spine again, even here. We don't want the gaze forward in our plank pose. Keep the neck long. Take another inhale. Exhale, hips up and back. And two more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And one more. Inhale forward. Now exhale back. Pause in your down dog. Now from here, take your feet about the width of your mat. A little bit wider, and then keep reaching the inner thighs back. Can you take your take your left hand and go ahead and reach it across towards your right either thigh, calf, maybe down to the ankle. And just a little rotation, taking a gaze underneath that right arm. One more round of breath here. And then releasing your hand. Whew. Planting your palm. Pause for a moment. And go ahead and switch sides. Now, down dog and all of this action usually feels a little bit more intense at the beginning of the practice. Our body's not warm yet. Eventually, down dog does become a nice little recovery place. So just notice that. As you release, take a moment, notice how your down dog feels now. And then as we go, notice how your down dog starts to shift and change a bit more. As the shoulders open, as the hips, as the legs. So we get that length through the spine. Now go ahead and come up onto your toes, look forward, bend your knees. Nice deep bend. And from here, just go ahead and start to walk those feet all the way up towards the hands. Pause. Soft little bend through the knees. Let the head release. Gentle nod, yes. Gentle shake, no. And go ahead and keep a nice little bend through your knees as you inhale. Taking your time, slowly rolling yourself all the way up to stand. Whew. Good morning. All right. Oh, it is warm in the desert. I'm already sweating. Taking those feet a little wider than hips width. Go ahead and reach those arms up and overhead. As you get length, find that reach. As you exhale, right hand down towards right thigh. Take that left arm up and over. Nice big stretch into those side ribs. Maybe just a slight opening through the heart. Maybe a little rotation up. And check. Feel free to play with it. Maybe the gaze feels better to shift down, forward, up. You decide. And as you inhale, bring yourself back to center. And switch sides. Go ahead and take left hand. Reaching up and over. Now, feel free to shift those hips to the side. We just don't want to send the tailbone back, so keep that belly lifted up. And as you inhale, bring yourself back to center. Now, very gently, I'm going to turn sideways. We're going to interlace those fingers behind the back. Keep a nice soft bend, and then a nice bend through your knees. Draw your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, very slowly, take your time, leave the heart. Let your head release down towards the mat. Now pause. I took a moment here. I'm just trying to release my neck a little bit more. And then I'm sending my knuckles up. Don't even think about going forward. Reach up. Get length. And as the body starts to release, as you use your breath, maybe you begin to straighten your legs a little bit more. Maybe those knuckles continue to reach up, and then they begin to reach forward, softening through the shoulders a bit more. And again, a gentle nod, yes. Gentle shake, no. And if it's too much to have those hands interlaced, remember, you can always bring them to your hips or use a towel. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently release your hands down towards the mat. As you inhale, send the heart forward, pressing into your shins, soft bend through the knees. Ardha Uttanasana. Plant your palms, go and step back, take it all the way into your plank pose. Now pause, step one foot, step the other. Now your choice, knees up or down. We're coming all the way onto our belly. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lower down. Now, tops of the feet come to the mat. Wrist right next to your ribs. Hug your elbows in as you inhale. Nice and low. Now, I always love to do this. It's a nice warm-up for that upper back. So take those hands. Yes, eventually as we flow more into the vinyasas, we will use the arms. But here, lift the hands. Work through your upper back. These muscles here that are supposed to help lift our heart and get that rounding, that hunch out of our back. Maybe from being seated too long, maybe from working at a computer. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, gently release the head, release the hands. One more time, just like that. Now, using the hands here, imagine pulling back. So don't think pushing down, pull back, like you're trying to slide the mat out from underneath you. And then from there, it draws those shoulder blades down. Maybe you even lift those hands, hugging even more. Now keep the hip bones up to take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands, release your head. Now, have that same feeling through the chest, but use your arms, pressing the palms into the mat. That pulling back and lift. Cores engaged, shoulders are still away from your ears. Take one more inhale. Press back on your knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Gentle nod, yes. Gentle shake, no. Whew. Let it release. Now working our way into our vinyasa. That is the vinyasa. So from here, whenever you hear me say vinyasa, we're going from the plank pose, knees up or down. As you exhale, you're going to hug those elbows in gently. Lower. And then as you inhale, feel free to stay with that cobra. Hips are on the mat, shoulders are soft, tuck your toes. Nice long legs. Release. Now remember, vinyasas will a great way to kind of reset, flow through it, but they also add more heat. So let's take one more round together. As you inhale, you can modify it as we go. You can skip as you need and just meet me back in a downward facing dog as you inhale. Get that lift, no tension through the shoulders, through the neck, belly towards the spine, tuck your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through your nose. Let it go out your mouth. High onto your toes, look forward, exhale, bend your knees. Nice light step. Maybe this time you take a little hop. Skip to the top of your mat. Can you bring your big toes all the way together? Soft bend through your knees as you inhale. Send your heart forward, shoulders away from ears, belly towards your spine. Exhale, fold. Keep a soft bend in your knees, belly to spine. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Whoo, Samastiti. Belly stays lifted. Press into those heels and shift those hips back. Oh, finally a little breeze. I could practice inside, but I feel like practicing outside is prettier. It's just a little warm. Keep those shoulders soft. Keep those collarbones broad. Send those hips back. Draw that belly in. As you inhale, just get a nice little reach. No tension through the shoulders. Why? They're not holding you up. Soften down. Lengthen your spine. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway. Reaching the heart forward. Now take your left foot, step it straight back. Setting that left knee all the way down towards the mat. As you inhale, either hands to thigh or sweep those arms straight up and overhead. Front knees over the ankle. Yes, we're trying to open the hip. We're trying to reach the tailbone down. But don't just push your belly forward and release everything. Draw your belly in. Lift your hip bones up. Get deeper into that hip flexor. Rotating, take one more inhale. As you exhale, gently release your hands. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, send your hips back, flex your front foot. Inhale, forward. Only straighten the front leg as much as it is available for you. Send it forward. One more round here. And shift forward, pause here. Plant your left hand, take your right arm up, stay here or tuck your back toes. Keep going, lift that back knee. Now that rotation through that mid-back shoulder, soft from the ears. Taking one more inhale. As you exhale, release. Look to the top of your mat, bend your back knee. Hop it all the way up, switch sides. Right foot steps back. Right knee drops down to the mat. As you inhale, either hands to thigh or reach those arms all the way up and overhead. Wrap the tricep forward. Lift the belly up. Send the tailbone down. Take another round of breath here. And one more inhale. And as you exhale, take your time, release. Send the heart forward as you inhale. Soften the shoulders from the ears. Exhale, hips back. Maybe a little flex into that front foot. And shift it forward. And three more. forward. And again. One more. Woo, hamstrings. And then pressing that front foot down, knee over ankle, right hand to the mat. Working to stack the shoulders, left over right. Open up that left arm. Maybe you tuck the back toes. Maybe you lift that back knee. Now this front hip, this left hip, don't let it pull forward. Hug it back. Try to square your pelvis. As you rotate, make that twist. Work through the mid back. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, release your hand, plant your palm. Spread your fingers, pull that heart forward. Now this time, let's take it all the way back to our plank pose. Yogi's choice, you decide, vinyasa or right back to down dog. If you're taking that vinyasa, feel free to lower. If you practice up dog, leave the body hovering over the mat. Keep those hips lifted. Soften through the shoulders, don't lock the elbows out. Soft bend as you exhale. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale brings you up, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop. Bring those feet all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Ooh. Exhale, fold. Arms overhead, stand. And exhale, hands to heart. Soften through your shoulders, hands to heart. Center, belly lifts. Bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, send those hips back. Rounded. Now slow your breath down here. Slow your thoughts. When we're holding poses, don't think about anything stressful. Don't think about the work and the effort that it takes. Focus on the breath. Remember what we can control. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Step your left foot back, set up for crescent pose. Back knee stays lifted. Come onto your fingertips, reach the heart forward. As you inhale, float the arms up and overhead. Now a little bend through the back knee, soft through the shoulders, belly lifts. Now keep hugging that right outer hip back, take an inhale. Let's go a little bit deeper. Hands to heart, pause, press the palms together. Now elbows aligned. As you exhale, first find that rotation through that mid back. As you exhale, take your left tricep, bring it to the outside of that right thigh. Press into your palms and then try to stack your shoulders. Now can you power up your back leg even more? Send that left inner thigh up towards the sky. Maybe you rotate and look up. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to shift your gaze forward. Release your hands down. Now from here, we're going to change it up a bit. Before we switch feet, I want you to take this back foot, hop it up about a foot or so, and then can you press that back heel all the way down into the mat? So both heels are flat on the mat. Now if you need to bend this front knee, go for it. This is where you would need a chair or a prop. Feel free to use them. And then from here, just take a moment. Release over that front leg. Get a nice stretch into that right hamstring. Now important to always work through the back leg because we tend to forget about what's behind us. So making sure that back heel is pressing, those shoulder blades are lifted. Take 1 more inhale. And exhale. Looking forward. Shift the hands towards the top of your mat. Step your left foot up and switch. Step your right foot back. Now keeping that back knee lifted, but a soft bend into your knee. Pull your heart forward with control from the core. As you inhale, ground through those legs, float those arms out. Now find that lift. If the lift is in the shoulders, why? Take it out of the shoulders. As you inhale, draw the belly up. Can you sink the hips just a bit more? Whew. 2 more here. 1 more inhale. Now bring the hands all the way to the heart. Broad through the collarbones. As you exhale, rotate through the back. And feel free to adjust. I even use my hand on the thigh. Really pull my right tricep across, working towards that shoulder. Then my palms come together. And then I press down and try to open my heart, my chest even more. Now power up the back leg. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more inhale. Taking your focus down. As you exhale, take your time. Carefully release. Take your back foot, hop it up about a foot or so. Now, if I was dead on, remember, each foot is on a different train track. Imagine it. There are tracks and one foot is on one side, the other is on the other, so we're not stacked completely right behind each other. There's some space. I want you to hug the left hip back and then take your fold, release. If you need a bend, if you need some height, some support, I want you to take that. But we are trying to get a little release into our left hamstring. Hamstrings tend to be tight for everyone. So going where it works for you. Taking one more round of breath here. And on your next exhale, plant your palms, lift your back heel, we're gonna step it all the way back. Now you can go right back to down dog, or take it into plank, take it through your vinyasa. Exhale to lower, either cobra or upward facing dog. Shoulders are soft as you exhale. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, shifting your gaze forward, coming onto your toes as you exhale, bend your knees. Nice light step or hop. Bring it all the way up to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, full. Arms overhead, stand. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, yogis. We're going to take it into a couple more twists here at the top of the mat with the balance before we head into our bigger balancing and externally rotated poses. So, from here, chair pose, bring your toes together. Hands to heart, shoulders soft. Take an inhale. As you exhale, send those hips back. Now, keep that lift as the hips reach back. Shoulders are soft away from the ears. As you exhale, take your left tricep all the way across your thigh. And then press. Now, we just did this, but now we got both the knees together. So keep pulling the hips back. Keep sending the inner thighs down. Reach your heart forward. Rotate towards the right. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more round here. As you inhale, bring yourself back to center, pause. Now, your next breath, bring your left knee all the way up with you. Whew. Take that left foot, set it into your tree pose, right into our external balance. Squeeze your bum, send the tailbone down. If the thigh's too high, send it to your shin. If the shin's too high, use it as a little kickstand balance. So, go where it works for you. Hip bones lifted, ribs are in, hands, maybe they come to the heart. Don't worry about opening the knee to the side. It is not ballet class. We do not have to have a flat turnout. Feel free to pull that knee forward. Square your pelvis. And then reach your arms up. Setting our body in positions where one, it's aligned properly, and 2, we can control and maintain it. And I know these poses are challenging, so we do what we can to make sure that we are in the best position for it, to hold, to breathe, to settle into it. 1 more round. And on your next exhale, gently release. Hands to heart. Big toes touching, belly lifted as you exhale. Shift the hips back. Now make sure knees are even on the same line as you exhale. Keep them that way. Take your tricep across your thigh. Gently press. Now, pressing into the palms, rotate, broaden through the collarbones. Hug your right hip back, because that right hip wants to shift forward. Keep sending the hip back, squeezing the thighs together, working through your twist. Press back into your heels. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more round. As you inhale, bring it back to center, pause, shoulders are soft. Inhale, go and bring that right knee up. Now switching sides. Press into that left thigh and adjust. Whatever you did to the other side, match it. Do it here. So thigh, shin, ankle, tailbone reaching down, hip bones lifting up, hands to heart. If available, float the arms up, wrapping tricep forward, draw the ribs in, soften through your shoulders. And finding that nice length. Lift through the lower back. Tailbones reaching down, squeezing through the bum. And breathe. Ooh, it's a breeze again. Breeze feels so good. As you inhale, shift the knee forward. And as you exhale, release, hands at heart. Samasthiti. Take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. All right, let's go and set up for our big externals. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Now your choice, step, jump, down dog, vinyasa. I leave it up to you. When you're ready though, we will be back in that downward facing dog. So feel free to get there. And the best way that works for you. Now we're gonna take 3 rounds. We're gonna take our right knee to our left shoulder. As you inhale, float the right leg up. As you exhale, give it a little twist. Inhale back. And again across. And it back. 1 more here, bring it across, pause, take another inhale. Hold it for an exhale. You've got this. Inhale, knee to nose. Step your foot between your hands. Now take your back heel, drop it all the way down to the mat. We're going right into our warrior two. So front heel, I want you to line. Front heel, back big toe. Right knee over right ankle. As you inhale, windmill, left arm back, right arm forward. Now press the palms down, lift the belly up. Now we're not gonna go too long for these side angle poses. In fact, I'm gonna take it down to the forearm. You're welcome to take the hand all the way down to the mat. From here, just a moment, find a nice lift through that side waist. Maybe a little rotation up. Can you keep sending the tailbone down? Can you keep pressing into your back foot? Rotate that top arm, maybe extends up and overhead. On your next inhale, pause, keep the lift. Maintain, press the palms down. As you inhale, flip your front palm. Take it back, reverse. Shoulders soft from your ears. One more round of breath here. And as you inhale, bring yourself up. Take your front leg, go ahead and extend and release. Awesome. Now, that was our warrior two work. Quick, brief, to the point. Take your back foot, bring it in a little bit closer. Now again, heel to big toe alignment here, because when we have external, that's where we are more aligned with the heels. Front foot, back foot, I should say. Draw the kneecap up, soften through the shoulders. Lift through the belly. Now extend through that sideways as you reach forward. Either hand to shin, to ankle. If you have a block, awesome. If you want to take that hand all the way down to the mat, go for it. But we're not sinking into it, so lift up. And I get, especially with flexible people, it's always a thing like, but I can go all the way down here. But you want to have support, you want to have lift, you want to have strength through that core, so when we get to the balance, it's already established, already there. Taking this top arm, bring it to your hip. Now look forward, here's our balance. Bend your front knee. Again, feel free to use a chair, a block, a water bottle, anything around you. Shift the right hand forward, keep it on the outside of that right pinky toe. Begin to press through that back heel. Now half moon, we've done this before, a few times. You can stay with hand on hip, you can stack to the shoulders. Now if you look down your body, you want to be able to see your toes that are floating up behind you. If they're too far back, it will throw you off. So keep the core engaged. Maybe you take the gaze up. Now, nice soft bend to the knee is always good, especially that right knee, not the floating knee. Take one more inhale. Ooh, I gotta stop looking around. And bend your knee, slowly shift it back. One more warrior two, nice soft landing. Inner thigh reaching forward. Plant the palms down, take an inhale. As you exhale, take your time, release. Bringing the hands down, heart forward. Yogi's choice, vinyasa, or straight back to a downward facing dog. As you inhale, take the lift. And as you exhale, hips up and back. Take a moment here. Now we are moving a little bit quicker today because I'm trying to get more in. So if you need to pause at any moment, pause. Taking a breath, let's take a nice deep inhale together. Out your mouth, let it go. 3 rounds to start. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, shift across to the right. Inhale back. And 2 more. And back. And 1 more. Pause here. And then bring your knee all the way to your nose. Step your foot up between your hands. Warrior two setup. Back heel drops down. Toes are slightly rotated up. Back leg is straight. Left heel. Right big toe. One line. As you shift up. Inner thigh forward. Brush your palms down. Reach the tailbone down. Lift your hip bones up. Now holding here for a moment. As you extend through both sides of the waist. As you send the tailbone down. Reach your inner thigh forward. Now maintain all of that. Awesome work. That effort as the forearm comes down towards the thigh, and then go and send that right arm up towards the sky. Now shoulders stay soft. A broad view through the collarbones. Don't forget about the back leg. And don't forget to breathe. So many things. Rotate the top arm and reach. Now I try to cue as much as I can because I feel like it's helpful. There's a lot going on in yoga, a lot of movement, and it's helpful to know where your body's supposed to be. What's supposed to be engaged. But if it ever becomes too much, pick one thing, focus on that. The rest will get there. As you inhale, lift, extend. And the reason for the cues, just trying to help you keep your body safe. Flip that front palm, lift through those hip bones as you reach up and back. All the way into those side ribs, take another inhale. And exhale. Inhale brings you all the way up. Woo. Extend and release back foot. Want to walk it in just a little bit. Oh my goodness. My assistant. Watch it, Billy. Hugging the outer hip back, belly lifted, hip bones up. Extend as you exhale. I know he might look like a little pack rat. He's not. He's a friendly dog. Watch it. Now your choice. To the ankle, to the shin, all the way to the mat. Broaden through the collarbone. Soften through the shoulders. Now even here, can you have that lift? Into the side ribs. Now go ahead and take this top arm, bring it to the hip just to help for stability. Bend your front knee. Shift the left hand and keep it on the outside of that left pinky toe. As you reach forward, we're trying to stack those shoulders. Press out the back heel. Right shoulder over left shoulder. Now keep reaching out that right heel. Soft bend through the left knee. Maybe the arm extends. And again, you play with it. Stay with the focus down. Maybe to the side. Maybe up. Keep your breath. 2 more here. 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, gently bend your left knee. Whew. Step it back, warrior 2. Use that core to support. Extend those arms. Press those palms, take a nice inhale. Exhale, release. Plant the palms. Yogi's choice, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Inhale takes the lift. And exhale. Shifts up and back. Take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Coming onto your toes. Bend your knees. A nice little light step or hop. Bring those feet all the way through the hands. Now, before we get into our next round of balance, let's get into the core a little bit more. Vinyasa, Navasana, boat pose, then we're gonna add a little twist to it. So, your choice, how you set up. I always like to have those hands on thighs to start. Remember, you can always bring hands back to thighs. As we lower and lift, if you need hands behind your back, feel free to take them to the mat. Now, if you want a little bit more, you're gonna reach those hands forward 5 times. We're gonna lower and lift. Take an inhale, and exhale. Inhale up, and 4, and up, and 3, up, and 2, up, and 1, and then find that lift. Pause here. Now again, set the feet down if you need, otherwise stay with those feet lifted. Your knees are gonna go to the left, your arms are gonna go to the right. We come to center, then they switch. Inhale, exhale to the side, and center, and switch, center, and switch, center, and switch, whoo, center, switch, center, switch. 1 more round each side, and switch, center, switch, bring it back to center, take a nice inhale, and then exhale, go ahead and gently release, lifting that heart up, lengthen through that spine, exhale, round chin to chest, whew. And then go ahead and cross your shins. Shifting forward, either float out through a vinyasa or meet me right back in your downward facing dog. As you inhale, take that lift to lengthen. And as you exhale, hips up and back. Take a moment, soften through the neck, through the jaw. As you inhale, come up onto your toes, look forward. Bend your knees as you exhale. Step or hop. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Arms are overhead. And hands to heart. Now, headed into a few rounds of balance here. Chair, maybe might be helpful. Have it around you if you need for a quick little balance check, because again, if you don't have a block, a prop, something towards the mat, it can be more challenging. So if you need to stand by something just to help maintain that balance, go for it. Now from here, we're gonna take our left ankle, we're gonna bring it across our thigh, and I'm gonna turn straight on towards the camera. Now you wanna make sure the ankle passes the thigh, and then from here, you're gonna send those hips back. So few things we first take notice of, that yes, our right leg is in chair pose, our left leg is in a single pigeon pose. So there might be a nice little stretch through that left glute. Awesome. Now drawing the belly in, soften the shoulders, broaden through the collarbones. We're gonna try to twist this. Now the goal is to get our left elbow into our left foot, the left arch of that foot. So, taking your time. Send the heart forward, take an inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna start to rotate through that spine. Whew. From there, first find the rotation. Feel free to shift your gaze down. And then from there, trying to hook that elbow. If you're like, Nicholas, that is crazy, that's not happening today, that is fine. Take the elbow where it works for you. So if it's not quite as deep, if it's just a little rotation, that is fine. If you just need a chair to help work through that twist. But play with it. See what happens. Have fun with it. Balance is tricky. Don't let it frustrate you. Don't let it make you mad. The point is to help you find your center. But again, just shifting into it. Breathing your way through it. One more round of breath here. As you inhale, take your time. Whew. Lift and release. Awesome. How'd that first round go? If you stumbled, if it didn't quite happen, no worries. Guess what? It's just yoga. Don't take it too seriously. Take that ankle across your thigh. Let the knee drop down. Belly lifts. Exhale, shift the hip back. Now pause. There's no rush. Good thing is you know what's happening. And you set that focus here. Send the hips back. Soften the shoulders down. Now again, why build tension? It's not necessary. The shoulders aren't going to hold you. The jaw, the neck aren't going to hold you. Breathe into it. As you exhale, use the core. Help yourself to rotate. Take your time. Maybe that elbow hooks. Again, take the elbow where it reaches, where it goes for you. Whew. As you send that heart forward, hugging that right outer hip back. Take 2 more rounds of breath. One more here. As you inhale, back to center. Taking your time, find that lift. Release. Awesome work. Take an inhale. Exhale, let it go. Even if you just stood there, watched and breathed, maybe that was what the practice was for you today. That is fine. Again, nothing about that is easy. It's a big challenge. So settling in. But again, always feel free to have some type of prop. Now we're not done with balances yet, but let's take a little bit of vinyasa before we get to our last rounds here. As you inhale, float the arms up. As you exhale, dive forward. Inhale halfway. Plant your palms, you know the drill, either vinyasa or straight back to a downward facing dog. And back. Inhale, right leg floats. And step your foot all the way up between your hands. Now, take your back heel, go ahead and hop it up, just like we did earlier, and then press that back heel down to the mat. So if I'm facing straight onto the camera, the feet are each on their own individual track. Hugging your right hip back. Now again, maybe a chair might be good. If you happen to have blocks, awesome. Or even a water bottle, something to help lift you, that would be helpful too. So anything that might be around you that you could use would be great. Getting creative during these quarantine days. I want you to inhale, reach your heart forward, lifting halfway. Now if you have some type of prop, bring it toward your left hand. The hand on the inside of that right foot. And then from here, I want you to reach your heart forward, send your right hand to your right hip. Keep sending that heart towards the top of your mat. Draw your belly in and lift. Shoulders are soft. Now keeping that lift here, keeping that length, can you keep going? Can you take that right arm up towards the sky? And take that full rotation. Again, if you don't need the block, great, the hand is on the mat. For anyone who wants to advance a little bit more, you can take the hand all the way across that right thigh. Or right ankle, excuse me. Taking one more inhale here. As you exhale, gently release, taking your gaze forward. Bend your front knee, step your left foot back. Pause. Final round of balance on the right side. Send that heart forward. All that work that we just established by having to lift that heart. Same thing. As you exhale, press off that back foot and then move on to that right leg. Keep the ribs drawn in. Keep the shoulders soft. And your choice with the hands, with the arms. Use a block, use a prop, use a chair. Anything you need to help find that balance. Set your gaze, your focus. Woo. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, gently release your hands. Allow the head to drop down. Soft bend through the right knee. Taking one more inhale. And exhale. Releasing your foot down. Pause for a moment. And then from here, inhale, lift. And either vinyasa or straight back to your downward facing dog. I thought he was helping to guard from the snake. Apparently, he's done with his guarding job. All right, second side, last round. Go ahead and float the left leg up, knee to nose, step your foot between your hands. And pause for a moment. Find your breath. Take your back foot, hop it up, about a foot or so. Now both heels are planted into the mat. Don't let that back heel be all wobbly, wiggly, up in the air. Press it down, left hip back. Now again, if you have any props, anything that will help you to lift that heart a little bit more forward, I want you to find them, use them. Now this time it's gonna go towards the right hand. Now, we still want to use the core, so engage, draw up, reach the heart forward, left hand towards the hip. And you might notice, and I'm noticing right now, my left hamstring is quite a bit tighter than my right. So the height does help me, even if it's a chair, even if it's a wall, something to help give you a little bit more support. Hugging the hip back as you exhale, open the left arm. As you breathe into it, feel grounded through the legs, engage the quads. Continue to work into your rotation. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, release your hand. Drawing the hand down. Pause, stepping your right foot back. Setting up for your warrior 3. So draw the belly in. Send the heart forward, take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale, floating those arms up, broaden through the collarbones. Lengthen that heart forward as you exhale. Woo. Shift forward onto your warrior 3. Hip bones lifted. Ribs are in. Hands, take them wherever you like. Yogis, it is your choice. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more inhale. And exhale, releasing the hands down. Take a moment, float that right leg up, a little standing split section. And as you exhale, releasing your foot down, pause. Inhale. It'll be your last round, vinyasa, or straight back to downward facing dog. As you inhale, take the lift, and shift it up and back. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Now, just to neutralize our back just a bit with all the rotation, I want you to go ahead and bring your knees down onto the mat. And from here, I want you to bring yourself up onto the knees. Now go ahead and tuck your toes. We're just going to do 1 round of these. I want you to bring your hands to your lower back, upper bum, send the tailbone down, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Now draw that belly up. A little bit of lift through the heart, a little length. Now that might be enough just to open up through the heart. As you exhale, you can reach back just a bit more. You decide no pain through the lower back, and I'm looking at the camera. Don't do this. Don't turn your gaze. Keep your gaze upright. As the shoulders are soft, maybe hands make their way towards the heels. 2 more rounds of breath. Now on your inhale, try to come up in one piece, especially if you're all the way down at the heels. As you inhale, take that lift. Woo. Can you keep your toes tucked? As you exhale, have a seat on top of those heels. Release through your arches, and then go. We never give our arches enough stretch. If you're feeling a real intense sensation around the toes, around that knuckle joint there, it's probably very likely because you're probably not stretching out your arches enough. So it's a good thing to do anytime you get anyone with issues through those arches, tight feet, a nice little stretch to take for a moment, taking 1 more round of breath here, and then go ahead and shift back onto all fours. Shifting forward, go and step your right foot to the front, pressing those hips down, pause. If you need to pad, putting a towel under your knee or flipping that mat, go for it. We're gonna be here for a moment. Keep reaching that heart forward. You can stay here. Kind of got ahead of myself. You can stay with hands on the mat. You can start to add a little bit of rotation here just to get that right shoulder to open one last time. If available, if it feels okay and you want to reach back, take hold of your foot, but reach back and make sure you're grabbing something. Sometimes people just reach back and just over-engage the hamstring. Want to try to release the hamstring because the stretch should be through the front of the body, front of the hip. So even if you need a towel, just to grab hold of the foot. 1 more breath here. And if you have your foot, gently release. Woo. And go ahead and gently shift back. Take your time. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps forward. And pause here for a moment. Broaden through your collarbones. Lengthen that heart forward. If this is enough, stay here. Maybe hand to thigh, a little rotation. Ooh, that was my back. Maybe hand all the way to that right ankle, right foot. Now keep lifting the hip bones, keep reaching that heart forward. Try not to just sink and collapse into it. A little bit of lift, a little bit of support. One more inhale. And as you exhale, release. And go ahead and shift back and come all the way down onto your hips. Send those legs forward. And pause here for a moment. From here, let's go ahead and take our, we're gonna go do a lighter hip stretch on the back. So let's go ahead and just take a moment here, just one last forward fold. I'm gonna take the skinnier bum, gently lift it up, soften through your shoulders. And then from here, go and take your arms up and overhead. Wrap those triceps forward as you exhale. Go ahead and reach forward towards the top. Either around the feet, if you've got a towel and you need a little extension, go for it. On the mat, on the shins, try not to just hold the arms up there. And then soften your shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. Inhale. Exhale. One more round of breath here. And then taking your time, begin to lift. Bending your knees up to the side. Bring the soles of your feet together. Baddha Konasana. Either hands on feet or walking your hands forward. Same idea. With our straight leg. Lifting the heart. As you exhale, send the heart forward. And then again, can you soften the shoulders a little bit more? Lengthen. And exhale. Now pausing here, especially if your hands are around your toes, because I do love to keep my hands around my feet here. But I'm going to ask, can you walk them forward? We're going to get a little deeper into our lower back. And then as you exhale, can you walk the hands over towards the right side? Now use that left hand just to pull a little bit more. Now keeping your left sitting bone on the mat, planting that left bum down. As you inhale, bring it back to center. And take it the other direction. And all the way back to center. Pause. As you inhale, take your time, bring yourself up. And go ahead and bring your knees up. Let's roll all the way onto our backs. As you lower onto your back, I want you to go ahead and take your left ankle, bring it across your thigh, letting your head settle. And you can either gently press on your thigh. You can thread your hands through around your shin. For anyone who's just so upset that we did not do a single pigeon, you're welcome to hug that left foot in towards the chest. Give a little hug. It's kind of like a single pigeon on your back. You can even extend that right foot out. Make sure the ankle feels okay. Make sure the knee feels okay. And again, only for my friends who just are so upset that a single pigeon didn't happen today. Sometimes I feel people do yoga for the pigeon. I get it. Our hips are tight, but there's a lot that happened that did help to open our hips too. And then go ahead and keep your right knee to your chest. As you exhale, send your knee across your body. I am getting attacked by bugs. Pressing your right shoulder down into the mat. This might be my last time I do outside yoga. Slowing your breath. And bringing yourself back to center. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Now we're going to switch. I'm going to take your right ankle over your left thigh. Again, gently press, thread the hands. If you are going for that full grasp around your right shin, taking your time. You might want to spend some time here. If you feel like you want to just kind of go for that little lift, if you cradle, you hug that shin in towards your chest, taking your time. That might really. But again, go where it works for your body. One more round of breath here. As you exhale, send your right foot forward. Keep your left knee into your chest and send that knee across your body. Gently pressing your left shoulder down onto the mat, broadening along your collarbones. And your inhale brings you back to center. Go ahead and hug your left knee. Hug your right knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift. Pause at the top for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Just release everything down now just for a few moments. Our final pose. Gently drawing the shoulder blades together. Feel free to cover your body, to cover your face. As you settle, find stillness. Taking a comfortable inhale here. And a gentle sigh. Finding stillness as you move into Shavasana. And gently begin to deepen your breath. Bringing movement back to your fingers and toes by gently wiggling them. And reaching your arms over your head, take a long stretch through your body. And as you exhale, take your time, bend your knees, roll to your side, allow your breath to deepen. And your next inhale, pressing down into your mat. Bringing yourself all the way up to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed, face soft, go and cross at your shins. Feel free to bring your hands together at heart center. Grounded into a space, length through your spine, a softening through your shoulders. Closing with 3 strong breaths. Take a deep inhale. And release. 2 more deep breaths in. And release. 1 more deep breath in. And release. Sealing in your practice, your work, your effort, your Friday morning focus. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. It's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed the practice. Always feel free to leave any comments, concerns, questions on the page. Don't forget to check out that Breakout Studios schedule. It is awesome. There's a bunch of classes on the schedule, including other yogas. If you're looking for more restorative, more meditative, it is on there too. Otherwise, we're doing it all again Monday at 3:30 and Friday at 9 a.m. of next week. And I'm going to try to do the same thing where I kind of theme it. So whatever I do Monday, I'm going to build onto it on Friday. So just know that's what I'm trying to work on doing. Anyway, have a great rest of your Friday. A great weekend. If you're a mother, have a mother. Happy Mother's Day. Have a good one.